Hello guys, today we're going to do animation of this. We've already done lighting and texturing. So let's jump right in. So we are going to set up cameras. So I just want to do like morph 2 cameras per shot. So we're going to set it up like this and then create a camera. And then name your cameras. So you can call this one C1. So you can move it here. And then control click and drag to duplicate that camera and then call it C2. So for this camera it will be here. So select both cameras and then go to cameras and then add it to a camera morph and call this one morph 1. So you can animate, instead of animating one camera you can blend the two shots like this. So you can even come into camera 2 and maybe rotate it a little like so and move it up, so you'll have a movement that looks like this. So you can even change the shot that you're seeing in one to look something like this, so that when you come here you'll see something like that. So that's set 1. So you can go to set 2, where you maybe want to add a camera and then call it cam 3. For cam 3 you want it to look like this, so that you can morph it with another one that will do like that. So you'll have it, maybe just pull it too close, somewhere like there, and then control click and drag, name it cam 4. So for cam 4 you want to do the vice versa, where it looks like this and then up and then maybe zoomed out, so it looks like this. So you select both the cameras and then you go and add that one also into a morph, name it M2 for morph 2. So this is how it will look. So when you animate the blend, so this is how it looks. So you can even zoom. So this is cam 4. So which shot is this? Yeah, so you can just zoom it out a little. So when you'll be blending the two, it looks like this, settles back a little. So the next one, just need to save that. So the next could be like the final one, where you have a camera that sees it. So let me just go back here again. So you'll see this shot here. So you want this camera to see that shot. So delete this first. So this is the last shot that you're going to see. So when you had a camera and then it will pick that last shot, then call this one cam 5. So for cam 5 it will come from this point, and then you have another camera that is going to be final cam. So then this one you need to zoom out and then just straighten it. So you need to have all these You don't need all these rotations, so you just want it to be frontal and zoomed out. So select both and then also add another morph and then call it M. So this, when you morph the two, so you'll have that. So you can even before you do that, you can even delete that first. So because this jump is too big, so from here to here, so you can have another one, you can have another camera in between the two. So you can just add another camera, or you can duplicate camera 5, this one here. So just control, click and drag, so you have cam 6. So this cam 6, what it will do, it will blend the two shots where it zooms out, and then just move it up a little so that when you select both, or you can just do this, select all, come here, add another morph. So this morph will do that. So you can even change how the cam 5 is here, so you can just switch how they operate. So you don't want, you want them to start with 5, so you want 5 first and then 6 and then the final, which looks like that. So when you blend the two, so you have 5, then 6, and then settles. I think you might want to bring this 6 down a little because it's going too high up. So you can just bring it down like so, so that when you go back to the morph and then just enable the morph, so you'll have that. It's still going up a little, so you can just bring it down once more. So you go back to the morph. So you see, just moves slowly and then settles. So you can even change the final one, how it looks, but I think it's okay that way. So yeah, I think it's okay. So then you'll just have that, and then it settles like so. Yeah, so as far as the cameras are concerned, so this one is morph, you can say M then underscore final. So yes, so we can have them when you're rendering, you can render all these to like different scenes, so they'll be named by the camera you're using to render. So what you're going to do is we can animate the morph for each and every one of them. So we start with this one at frame 1. So we can set a keyframe and then move to frame 40-50. We'll just see how it looks and then we go to the next. So we do that there. So we go back and then it's just moving too fast. You can just have it at maybe 100. So let's see how 100 looks like. Let me just have 200 so that I have more space to work with. So I have that, so I'll just move it up to 100. So I'll have that. But I don't want it to, I want it to be a consistent speed throughout. So I'll go to Windows and then dope sheet and then just select summary and then make it a linear key. So you have that. Yeah, so that's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. So then I go to the next one, this morph here, and then I would prefer starting from here going like so, or maybe starting from there then going like this. But then I think we should go with this, so let's go there. Let me just confirm again where those keyframes were. So keyframes is at 100, so I think there. So when I come back here on this, I want it to end there and then start at frame 1. So then I come back here and then say that. So this is how it looks for Morph 2. So Morph 2, that's how it does it. Yes. So and then I go to Morph Final. So for Morph Final, I want it to start from where this one left and go all the way to settle down like so. So I'll say that's the end and then bring it to frame 1 and then bring it back to 0. So for final morph, this is how it looks. Yeah, so I still feel like it moves a little bit lower here and then settles at the center somewhere there. And then so what we can do, we can go to this scene here and maybe move that camera up a little so that we have, just enable that, so that we have it going like, still going so low. So we can go to 6, see how 6 looks, and maybe just move it a little bit up. But I think that actually fixes some of those things. So yes, so we go like so and then it settles like that. Yeah, so that's okay. So what we are going to do next is let's just save this first. So we want to do animation of the text, this text here. As usual, I'll add go to More Graph, Effectors, Plane Effector. So at first that's what Plane Effector does. So this Plane Effector, I'll call it Eagle because it only affects the, I've only applied it on the eagle part. So I go to Fall Off and then add a linear fall off onto it, and then I go to parameters and then I remove this position. I want it to move away from the camera like this. Yeah, like this. So I want something like negative 500 like so. So what this does, so we can animate this fall off to move from left. So it just does that when the camera is flying in, it does that. So let's start it from here and then set a keyframe from 0, from 1. So go to position, so on positions and then set keyframe there. I can actually disable these cameras and then just add another camera and call it test. This is just for testing how the scene will look like, so I can use it to zoom out and zoom in without changing the positions of those other cameras. So every time I want to test, I just go to this one. So I come to fall off, set the first keyframe and then move it to 100. I just want all the keys to be at 100, so I'll go to my linear and then move it to the left until all the numbers are there. So 200, so set a key again. So this is how it looks. So it will just, so I can add another effector that is called delay, so that it moves smoother. So I go to delay, so I'll also call this delay eagle because it's only meant for the eagle one, so I call it eagle. Or you can always do like the name of it, like delay and then underscore eagle, and then this one also plane underscore effector, so or p underscore effector, so you know that this is plane effector and this is delay effector. So what this does, so you already have the animation like so, and smooth. So you could just want to, I just want to check if it's actually affecting the parameters I want. So go to letters, and then you see the effector is happening, and then the delay later. So you can go to delay and change these settings to maybe up to maybe 70%, and then you look at it. So I think there's a lot of weight here. You wait a lot before it shows. So I think I'll adjust the settings for this. So I want it to happen more fast. So yeah, still there's so much weight. So I think I'll just move this closer. You see how that looks. So just move it closer there. So let me see. Yes. So immediately it starts animation. Then I think I still need to move it more closer. So let's set a keyframe and then see how it looks. Yes, immediately you start moving at 4, it starts doing the thing. So I go to blend effector parameters and then enable rotation. I want to rotate some of these values. I think, no, I don't want to do P. Maybe I do B. Oh no, my H. Let me do RH. So RH, so just want to do it like a 180 turn. So when it settles, yeah, something like that. So you can even do more, like you just add like plus maybe another 90, so you have 270. So it does that. Yeah. So if I go back to my M1, which is this one here, so you start the animation. So this is what you get. So you see, but it's still moving too fast, so I can actually adjust this now to fit the 100, so that when it reaches 100, then it's when the last frame is dropping. So you look at it. Yes, something like that. So this should be uniform for both of these. If I go to M2, should be the same thing, where I still feel, let me go to M1 first. So I still feel there's more emptiness before the effector starts. So like this is just empty, and then it's not there. So I think I just adjust it a little, maybe move it up to maybe half of that, maybe 50. So go back, and then yeah, that's not bad. So let's just go back to the M2. Make sure you save. So M2. So this is how M2 looks like, but it's too empty though. So you can have that. Then you go to final. So for final, this is how it looks. So I think the final one, I think I should adjust some of this. So maybe come here and then just move it a little bit down, so that you see what's going on. So when I go back to final, then go back, and then, but I want it to animate at this point here. So when it's settling like somewhere there, like here, so I still can go to, I can go to the 6th and maybe just move it up a little, and then go to 5th and just move it also up, and then check how that works. So just go back to M final, So I think I still feel this last frame is not well done. Still eyeballing it. I want to see which angle will work best. So let's see. So for that, which one is this? So that, and then there's this. So I think this one should also like be straight on, and maybe very way in. So you have something like that. So let me see. So yeah, I think something like that. But then I need to adjust this to, let me see, 90. What do you get? Yeah, that's not so bad. So I think we should just do that. Yeah. So we have all our cameras set. So another thing we can do, let me just check how that looks. So these are the renders I was trying to do. This is the final render. So this is how it looks. So I'll just do a test render with go to render, then add to render queue here. So when you add this to render queue, you'll have several instances where you save this. So go to render settings, and then you can change a few things here and there, make them more high resolution. But for now, I'll just do a quick render, compose it, and show you how the final product looks. So when I go to save, so here I'm rendering an alpha. I'm just rendering one pass. I don't want to do several passes. So I'll create a folder here and then call it renders. So I have that folder called renders, and then I name this file as DJ Ego. Oh, what have I said? So, and then save. So I have that set up. So when I come here now, I can tell this. So I can just come here and then say add current project to render. So when I click add, and then say save it first, and I just save. So here what the magic comes in, what I do, so I'll be adding multiple of them and then assigning them to different cameras. So like the main take, that one, so I can tell this. So I'll just go back to render again and then change on output, and then just say all 200 of those. So then yeah, so that you have 200. So I'll start with I'll not be bothered by all these other ones. I'll just take the main ones, M1. So the first one is M1. It's under this folder. So you can actually come here and then create another folder in here and call it M1, and then open it. So you know that that folder only contains files for M1, and then you add, say save changes. So you have this as M1, and then now you can have this as M2. Then also go in there, create a folder, call it M2, then open it, then save that in there. Then you had another one, and then now this one you call it final default. Go back in, create a folder, call it final m underscore final. So open that and then say save. So you have all those three shots rendering, and then once you're done with that, you can just say render, and then it will start with this one and then goes to this one and then goes to this, and then when it's done doing that saves everything where they are, and then you're good to go. So thank you for watching. Subscribe and check out for how I'm going to composite all these 3 shots into one DJ logo animation. And if you're new to this channel, hit subscribe. Bye bye.